Alright guys, so today we are going to do some revision on time. We are going to look at our hour time and half hour time. Now Mark, when we look at this lovely pepperoni pizza, when we want to share this pizza between two people, what do we need to do? Yes, that's correct. We have to share it in half. Let me quickly do that. Okay. So now Mark has a half and John has a half. And today we're not going to talk about pizza. We are going to do some revision on time. Now, can you guys tell me what type of clock this is? Can you remember? Yes, this we call an analog clock. And we've also started mentioning another clock that we get. Can you guys tell me what type of clock this is? Yes, we call this a digital clock. But today we're not going to focus on the digital clock. We are only going to work with the analog clock. So I'm going to remove this one so that it does not confuse you guys. Okay, so Megan, tell me, how many numbers do you see on the analog clock? Yes, there's 12. Let's quickly count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well done. And Kyle, can you remember what we learned? We said that between the 12 and the 1, there's a certain amount of minutes passing. How many minutes will pass from the 12 to the 1? Yes, 5 minutes. So let's quickly count in fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 and 60. Well done. And John, can you tell me, what did we say this arm represents? What does this arm represent? The long arm on an analog clock. Yes, the long arm we call the minute arm. And let me see, Mike, can you tell me what does the small arm, the short arm on the analog clock, what does this arm represent? Yes, this arm represents the hour. Now, we've learned previously in the previous lessons that when the minute arm is on the 12, say for instance like that, we call this o'clock. So when the long arm or the minute arm is on the 12, we call it o'clock. When this arm passes the 12 and it goes down, down, down to the 6, now the minute arm is on the 6. Can you guys remember what do we call it when the minute arm is on the 6? Yes, we call that 30. Good, so let's quickly go through this again. When the long arm, the minute arm, is on the 12, we say it is 3 o'clock because the long arm is on the 12. When the long arm passes the 12, there it goes, down to the 6, we say now it is 3:30. Remember, it was 3 o'clock when the long arm was on the 12. It was 3 o'clock. Then the minute arm passed the o'clock. It went down to the 30 minute, And now we say when the hour arm is between the 3 and the 4, we say that it is 3:30. Good. So we need to keep in mind, guys, that the half past is always between the o'clock. Let me quickly explain. For example, if we have 1 o'clock there, between 1 o'clock and, oh sorry, this thing is a bit crooked today. Between 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, we went past the 30 mark. We call that the half hour. We call that the half hour mark. All right, okay. So for instance, let's say, can you guys maybe tell me what is the time there? Yes, Kyle? Yes, we say now it is half, let me just make that, half past 2. Okay, because the minute arm went past the o'clock, past the hour mark to the half. All right, so when I give you a digital time, for instance, 1:30, this means that it was 1 o'clock. It was 1 o'clock, and the minute arm passed. The minute arm passed up to the half hour. So now it is 1:30, and we say that it is 1:30. Okay, so on your analog clocks that I gave you before we started the revision, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give you a time. It will either be an hour time or an half an hour time. And then on your analog clock, I want you to move the minute and the hour arms to the correct positions. All right, so let's start. I'm going to ask you to show me on your analog clocks, show me 4 o'clock. Remember, your minute arm needs to be on the 12. Yes, that represents o'clock. And your hour arm then needs to be on the 4. That represents the hour. We say it is 4 o'clock. Good. Now, I want you guys to show me 4:30. Quickly move your arms to 4:30 on your analog clocks. All right, clocks in the air. Good. When we say 4:30, that means our minute arm passes the 4 there, goes straight to the 6. And that one, the short arm, the hour arm, needs to be between the 4 and the 5. You must remember this, guys. The hour arm must be between the 4 and the 5 when we talk about half hour. All right. When we talk about o'clock, the hour arm will be directly on the number. But when we talk about half an hour, that will be between the 2 numbers. All right. Okay. So now I've shown you how to do hour and half an hour. I'm going to write down an hour or a half an hour time, and then I want you guys to show me on your clocks. If I give you the digital time, on your clocks, on your analog clocks, you need to show me where the arms will be, or I will write the time on the board. Say for instance 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then I want you to show me on your clocks exactly where the arms must be. All right, are you guys ready? Good. Here's your first one. Your first one says what, Kyle? That's correct. This one says that it is 12 o'clock. It's the same as our digital clock that we call a digital time. So quickly on your analog clock, show me the 12 o'clock. Good. Well done, guys. So when we say 12 o'clock, we say that our minute arm is on the 12 as well as our hour arm is on the 12. That represents 12 o'clock. Now let's say half. We say it is 9:30. Quickly on your analog clocks, show me where do your arms on your analog clock needs to be when we say it is 9:30. Clocks in the air. Good, well done. When we say it is 9:30, our minute arm needs to be on the 6. The 6 represents 30. And remember o'clock, when we counted earlier, when we came to the o'clock, that is 60 minutes. Eh? Okay, so 30 is half of 60. That is also how we can remember half an hour. All right. Okay, so we want to know 9:30. So it is, the minute arm will be on the 6 and the hour arm will be between your 9 and your 10. Okay, you ready for another one? Good. I'm going to show, I want you to show me 2:30. When we say it is 2:30 on a digital clock, how will you move your arms on your analog clock to show me 2:30? Okay, clocks in the air, let me see. Good. So when we say 2:30, our minute arm will be on the 6 and our hour arm will be between the 2 and the 3. Okay, Kyle, can you remember why must the hour arm be between the 2 and the 3? Yes, because we said that it is 2:30. So it was already 2 o'clock. Let me just quickly show you guys again. It was already 2 o'clock, and then our minute it ticked all the way to the 6. There you go. So now the hour arm needs to be between the 2 and the 3, because when this arm keeps on ticking up to the 12, then it will move on to 3 o'clock. Good. Well done, guys. I'm so glad that you can remember how to move the arms on an analog clock for hour and half an hour. So let's quickly just recap. When the minute arm is on the 12, we say it is o'clock. When the minute arm is on the 6, we say it is 30 on a digital clock, or half hour on an analog clock. Well done. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to give each of you a worksheet that you will need to complete for me at your tables very quietly. You're going to stand up now, move to your desks, and then I will give you your worksheets where you're going to fill in the minute and hour arms on your analog clocks. Okay, so quietly, as a little small mouse, stand up, put your analog clocks down on the carpet. Thank you. quietly on your toes because the other kids are busy. Quietly move to your desks. I will bring you your worksheets for the analog clock on o'clock and half-hour time. Thank you. Quietly stand up. Thank you, guys.